Save those things. Simple, natural things. And you realize, I'm not mentioning drugs anyway. The sun is free. Water is free. Salt is almost free. Oxygen is free. Even CO2 is free. Nitric oxide is free. You make it. Cholesterol is free, which means vitamin D is free. Sleep is free. But how many women are struggling with sleep because of hormonal imbalance, low cholesterol levels? And they think it's because of menopause, hot flashes, issues. So sleep is also part of that. Take about 5 to 8 hours to allow the body to heal. All right, and repair. Atherosclerosis, narrowing of blood vessels. At least you know that the heart is not the problem. The vessels are the problem. So fix the vessels. And the vessels are destroyed by multiple things. Number one is man-made chemicals. Most of the things that destroys our system is man-made. Cholesterol is not man-made. But drugs for cholesterol are actually man-made. So they lower cholesterol. Who will fix the inflammation in blood vessels? Problems. Man-made problems. Chemicals that we get in these products like shampoos, like body lotions and soaps, the parabens and the phthalates. I've talked about this before. Household cleaning agents like the liquid detergents that have triclosan. All those are destroying the integrity of the blood vessel wall. The non-stick pans that come with Teflon, throw them away. We have pollutants, environmental pollutants and industrial chemicals and agricultural products like GMO, like the fertilizers, the glyphosates that come with the pesticides, the herbicides. When we were growing up, we used to use ash as a pesticide. Nowadays, there's a commercial pesticide somewhere. The toothpaste that we use nowadays. And if you're wise, you will see. Even the company that makes toothpaste is actually making toothpaste that has salt, toothpaste that has activated charcoal. Do you think they are stupid? Do you think they're stupid? They're not. So you can actually now start seeing the lie. How then have they told us that this product, the fluoride has been so good, and now all of a sudden they're telling us, oh, you know our product has salt, you know our product has activated charcoal, you know it's low in fluoride, you know it's fluoride free. Why? Open your head. Open your head. And if you see this saga that is happening at the coast where they've captured unhealthy cooking oil, ignore and run out of that lie. They have not captured anything. It's just a deal that went wrong. Regulatory bodies are not here to protect you. No, they are not here to protect you. They are not. They will lie to you that sugar has mercury, only to realize that shem-cell sugar is in the markets. They lie to you that this is a bad cooking oil. Tomorrow it's approved. They are now saying that this one is a good one, but it's the same seed oil. So if there are good people, they will not talk about seed oils. There will be no seed oil. Or if there will be seed oils in the market, they will be very expensive. And they will impose a lot of taxes on the companies that are actually making seed oils. But they can't. They can't, because these companies are the ones that are actually sponsoring those guidelines. The other day I saw the United States that they're going to include nutrition in the medical syllabus. I was not excited at all. I saw people getting excited. I was not excited because I was thinking, which nutrition are they introducing? Is it the same mainstream nutrition that is sponsored by the food industries? So all of you were excited. Hey, there's nutrition coming in. Now the medics will know nutrition. They know nutrition. They do. But they know mainstream nutrition that is sponsored by the food industries. So don't expect any nutrition to come in to change your life. No, it can't. It can't. They know what they are doing. They are sponsored. So they know what they are doing. So what you need to do, you need to understand the basics, work on yourself. Whatever they say should be none of your business. Just focus on you, become better and do better. You can. All right, so we're talking about pollutants and environmental and agricultural chemicals like GMOs, herbicides, pesticides, fertilizers, free radicals coming in from automobiles, cigarette smoking, bang and shisha. Kenyans with shisha and bang. Processed foods that have trans fats, that have seed oils, that have refined sugars. Please, there's no food coming from an industry. Anything coming from an industry is a product, except ghee or even butter, the saturated fats that have only one ingredient, butter and moisture. So the lesser the ingredients, the better. Zero preservative. Let's continue. Another one is, of course, cigarette smoking plays 98% of roles in, actually plays a role in 98% of health conditions. Cigarette smoking, you cannot afford that. Low salt intake destroys your blood vessel integrity. So as much as you want to avoid the salt, because salt in an pandisha pressure, you are actually causing yourself more problems. Higher. Poor gut health, gut dysbiosis. Realize this. There is no way you're going to have better functioning blood vessels or a better functioning heart with a messed up gut. They don't go hand in hand. No way. You start by fixing the gut. The heart is secondary to that. You have a failed heart because of a messed up gut. Because you're eating crap. You are what you eat. So fix that gut. Nutritional deficiencies, mineral deficiencies, reduced ability of the blood vessels to repair themselves is coming from a messed up gut. You cannot digest, you cannot absorb adequate and optimal minerals that will be used and nutrition that will be used to fix the problems. You cannot even absorb cholesterol from the diets, even if it's 15% that coming from the diets. Inflammation. All right? Good. That is poor gut health. We have infections. And infections are coming in as a result of what? Low immunity, which is sugar problems. But all of us, even if you're healthy, you can actually get an infection. You can get a disease. You can actually contract a disease, apart from the chronic conditions. So most recurrent infections that can actually expose you to a problem with the integrity of blood vessels. And then, of course, alcohol and medications. Medication statins being part of them. NSAIDs being there. Steroids being there. All right? So if you avoid these things, if you actually limit, our role is not to actually run away from them completely. Our role is to limit the exposure. And then our role is to fix the gut, fix the liver so that the liver and our gut does the rest for us. Realize the gut is your first immunity, the liver is another immunity. So if you have a fixed liver, very minimal things, you can easily avoid them. You can actually do away with them naturally because the liver will do that. But imagine you have a fatty liver, you have a messed up gut. So what is going to protect you? The liver is supposed to protect you. So protect it so that it protects you. Right? Yes. And how do you protect the liver? And how do you fix the gut? And then generally, how do you fix the blood vessels? Number one, every organ in the system requires vitamin D. Vitamin D comes from cholesterol. And then you convert cholesterol to vitamin D by exposing yourself to the sun. So therefore, go out and enjoy the sun. Go out and enjoy the sun. Stop using sunscreen. Stop using use sunglasses. Stop sitting in an office that has an AC from morning to morning, Monday to Monday. Take time to yourself. Go connect with nature. Enjoy the sun. Even when you're doing a walk, go and enjoy the sun. Number two, water and salt. Water is a natural blood thinner. Water. And you cannot get water into the cells without salt. So you need salt. That's why we say in every glass of water, add a pinch of salt. You're going to make sure that the integrity of the blood vessel is maintained. You're going to thin your blood so that it doesn't clog. You see that? You don't form the clots. So increase water and salt intake. Add salt to your food. Cook your food with salt. Salt is salt and it's sodium chloride regardless of if it's raw or cooked. So eat salt whether raw or cooked. Number three, keep eating saturated fats. They are very healthy. Animal fats, tallow, sweat, lard. Coconut oil is also part of this. Olive oil is a good one here, but it's not saturated, it's unsaturated. But olive oil, cold pressed without heating it, just use it for top dressing. Perfect one. But increase oxygen, number 4, right? I think so, yeah. Increase oxygen to your tissues. There are ways to increase oxygen to your tissues. We talked about how to dilate blood vessels in the other life, the previous life. Right? We said nitric oxide is very important in dilating blood vessels. And we said you get nitric oxide by breathing deeply. Inhale deeply and then exhale slowly. But inhale through the nose. And then take about 8 to 10 seconds to exhale completely. So that you balance the carbon dioxide and oxygen. And CO2 is going to help you send oxygen into the cells. And then when you're breathing deeply or sometimes even humming to a song as your mouth is closed, you're vibrating the sinuses. When you vibrate the sinuses, you produce nitric oxide. When you heal inflammation in the blood vessel and the endothelial cells, you produce enough nitric oxide to dilate blood vessels so that you send glucose, oxygen, nutrition to the heart muscles. And these endothelial cells, we said, another role of endothelial cells is to produce nitric oxide, NO gas that dilates blood vessels. So the more you consume inflammatory foods, the more you expose yourself to chemicals, smoking and all that, the more you destroy your ability to produce enough nitric oxide that is supposed to dilate blood vessels. So you end up having hypertension, you end up having limited oxygen, nutrition and blood flow towards tissues. Brain dies, stroke. Heart dies, heart attack. Kidney dies, kidney failure. Save those things. Simple, natural things. And you realize, I'm not mentioning drugs anyway. The sun is free. Water is free. Salt is almost free. Oxygen is free. Even CO2 is free. Nitric oxide is free. You make it. Cholesterol is free, which means vitamin D is free. Sleep is free. But how many women are struggling with sleep because of hormonal imbalance, low cholesterol levels? And they think it's because of menopause, hot flashes, issues. So sleep is also part of that. Take about 5 to 8 hours to allow the body to heal. All right, and repair. Another one, which is basically now we can now start talking about eating. But again, before we talk about eating, which is now the money, let's talk about toxins. So limit exposure to toxins. I'm not saying avoid toxins. You can't, it's difficult, but limit exposure. So microplastics, the soft plastics, tampons, please just use a normal pad. Body lotions, use coconut oil or petroleum jelly, which is non-scented. For the soap, use non-scented soaps and read the ingredients. If you see phthalates and parabens, throw it away. For the toothpaste, use salt. You see that? Cigarettes, drop cigarette smoking, drop alcohol. Refined foods should never be in your diet. Restaurant foods, stay away from them. That is still free. Another free one, fasting. Make sure if you eat, you must take a gap between your meals to allow your gut to digest, absorb, clean up, rest, and then you bring in new food. That will take you to 2 meals a day. Free. Fasting, free. But they'll tell you all the free things. You should never take them, but go for those that are expensive, because you have been convinced that if something is expensive, it is healthy. Just because it's expensive is not healthy, doesn't mean it's healthy. You will meet some of these people walking in the supermarkets at the yellow center. You see the yellow center where we have all the seed oils. You are basically looking for the one that is more clear and the one is very expensive. Because this one is the healthy one. This is for the rich. For the mid class, they're looking for the one that has an offer and the one that is very available. You just jump on it as long as it suits your pocket. Wewe, wewe, chunga sana. Haya, exercise. You can actually exercise for free. A walk is free. A run, morning run is free. You can get yourself paying only 200 shillings to go to a nature park or to go to a hike. 200 shillings, just get into that reserve and go for a walk. I think it's about 300 shillings to get into Ngong Hills, right? A free one, go walk to the Ngong Hills, but you don't want to do that, right? And how much will it cost you just doing a long walk in the evening, 2 days or 3 days in a week? How much is it? How much are house workouts? Just a wall squat, just jumping jacks, a push-up, a pull-up. How much are they? So we've talked about exercise, free. Fasting, free. Sleep, free. Oxygen or breathing, free. Tallow, which is the saturated fat, is almost free. Beef fat, almost free. People still fear cholesterol. So go to the butcher and pick it. 200 shillings, you have so much cholesterol in form of tallow. Right? Yeah. Water and salt. Salt is almost free. Water is free. But in town centers, we buy water. But it's almost free, right? And then the sun, free. So out of all these things, imagine free therapy. Now, the only thing that is actually going to cost you a little bit here is the diet. Buying maybe the saturated fats or ghee. Meats. But you see, it's not expensive because you've substituted. You've dropped all the unhealthy fats, bought the healthy fats. You've dropped sugar, bought maybe sweet potatoes and all that. You've dropped all the rice and the wheat flour and all these things, the crappy things, that the juices and the sodas. You have bought yourself what? Meat, or the liver, or fish, or chicken, kienyeji chicken, or eggs in plenty, and green leafy vegetables. And then go and connect with nature. Everywhere there's a water body, enjoy. Everywhere there's a hill, go and sit on those hills, on those stones. Walk barefoot. Hug that tree. Even if it rains, the better. Walk into that rain. Rain does not cause you pneumonia. Pneumonia is coming because you have a weak immune system. Are you unable to actually prevent a heart disease or a heart attack of any type? Because even if it's the arrhythmias, which you say conduction is a problem, nervous conduction and electrical conduction, nerve problems is a sugar problem. That's why we have peripheral neuropathy, nerves being destroyed by diabetes. Nerve problems are sugar problems, unless it's congenital, unless it's physical trauma. So you tell me for free, if I've not taught you how to prevent a heart attack, and even if you have one and you are trying to actually prevent the occurrence of another one, have I not taught you that you can never suffer from heart disease if you actually follow what I say? That you have to eat clean, that you have to fast, that you have to exercise to improve blood flow, that you have to enjoy the sun, that you have to sleep, that you have to ease up on stress levels, because again, stress is another one that actually destroys your blood vessels. So you tell me that I have not taught you these things. Tell me. And be bold, be very bold, and come out and say, Doctor, you did not teach us about heart attack, but I've taught you about diets, right? Taught you about lifestyle. My role is to make sure you are educated. My role is to make sure you are informed so that the fear goes. And when fear goes, you become better. Every single day you drop the fear, you become better. And trust me, you are a better doctor than we are. Why? Because the body speaks to you. So you're actually the one who actually listens to the body. We listen to you telling us the symptoms of your body. So we rely on your symptoms to just predict what you're suffering from. But your body speaks to you every single time. There is nobody who has had a stroke out of nowhere. There's always a warning sign. They will start losing breath. They start having severe headaches and all that. And then a stroke comes in. There's nobody who has had a heart attack without the chest pains. They know it. So the truth is, the body warns us because the body knows that it's suffering. The body heals itself. But when it's unable, it understands. So it tells you, hey, please, you're doing the wrong things. But the problem is, when it tells you you're doing the wrong things, you will continue doing the wrong things. And it's not your fault. It's the fault of the system. They will allow you to continue doing the same things, but give you a medication to fix the symptoms. Then the chest pain disappears. But the condition is still the same. The nerve problem disappears, but the diet is still the same. The mini stroke you recover from a mini stroke, but the foods are still the same. The seed oils are still there. Then they tell you moderate. You know, you can take 2 bottles of wine, 2 bottles of beer every day. That's very minimal. Moderate, 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 moderate. Everything in moderation. When you hear somebody telling you everything in moderation, use the other exit.